Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we're back with another exciting episode of Europa Universalis for England. Yay! Alright, hopefully you can hear me. If you cannot, please let me know in the comments. I've adjusted microphone levels, I've reduced in-game sound, so hopefully I'm coming through clearer, and you can still hear the game in the background. That's the critical things that are going on. So, without further ado, let's unpause and pick off where we're, continue where we last left off. Just gonna turn the volume down in my ears, because that's just a bit too loud. But hopefully, no volume changes happen to you guys. That's what I hope anyway. So, couple of comments, couple of questions in the video. I've got the time. Might as well go through them and, just discuss and explain a few things. So first off, I will not be forming Great Britain until I get Scotland. They are a vassal, so... Where is it? Looks like nothing before the year 1500, and we're going to need to get our relations up with them. So... that's going to be a little bit of work, but I'm not concerned about that at all. Great Britain's going to happen. It's going to be eventually. Same with Connacht here. Unfortunately, they're still, rival to Munster, and Munster is still rival to Connacht. So the stupid Irish are going to be causing me some serious problems. But... oh wow, okay, we can definitely go to improve relations here. And we will also be improving relations with France. Oh, Denmark. With France. Because if anybody's gonna be in some kind of war with us, it's probably gonna be the French. Or the Swedes, as we saw last time. But Sweden certainly wasn't a problem. To be honest, I doubt the French would be either. But, one never knows. We've got our fleet happily doing its thing there with a bunch of barks, so that's good. And we are working on getting our diplomatic tech up so we can start heading west. Whoa, zoom back out, please. Heading west. Now, one of the questions that I've got for you, the viewer, is if any of you know how to rename provinces in the game. I've tried it through here, and I'm not going to rename Ulster, but I've never had much luck. Why I ask is for the colonies. So there's a couple of things that I want to do. If you watch my Civ game, you know that I like the idea of naming things on the map, and in this game, it's no different. I'd love to be able to rename regions. So if you know how, post it below, and I can see what I'm possibly doing wrong and try to fix it. Why isn't the game pausing when I hit pause? Pause. Guess we can leave that at 3. Loan coming due. Well, that's not a problem. We can repay that. Jolly good. It seems as if a leading shipwright in our country has written a very convincing document detailing how the new ship technology that his rival has been trying to get funding for will never work, and may even cause the ships to sink before they leave the harbor. Well, if it's before they leave the harbor, that's not a big concern. I would be concerned if it sank well after leaving the harbor. So, because of that, we're just going to take the prestige hit, and we're actually in a situation where we can definitely afford to take a prestige hit. So, that's fine. You know what? If it sinks in the harbor, we'll learn our lesson. If it doesn't, then hey, no harm done. We'll just boost this up to 100. Make sure we get at least one cardinal, because that would be nice. And, yeah. So, on the topic of AE, or... seriously, it's frustrating that my spacebar is not working. It's not good for my gameplay. To have to leave the mouse here, that's going to be frustrating. I'll have to look into that later. Anyway, no, we don't have money to do any buildings. We'll let time speed up a bit. None of this is working. Why do you not enjoy my keyboard all of a sudden, game? Well, we'll just have to be quick on the old pointer finger. Anyway, going into the topic of aggressive expansion, I'm not that concerned about it now because I don't need to have any more wars in Europe. Basically, England's done fighting, especially here, and really, we don't need to worry about fighting here either. Like, Europe can just be a completely different world, and we can focus on a whole new world with England. So, I'm not concerned about that. That being said, I will try and make an effort of actually using my diplomats. However, I know me better than a lot of you guys know me, and it probably isn't going to happen. I'm going to try and be better at it. Just FYI. There, go. Oh, well, I don't care about an African discovery. Looks like Spain's down there, but yeah, go nuts. That's Portugal. I don't care about that. Oh, now space is working. Okay, well, my keyboard must have just taken some time to wake up, I guess. So yeah, we'll definitely be concentrating on that, i.e. I'm sending a diplomat to France to be like, hey, chill. And in fact, it looks like Brittany is trying to increase their relations with me, so there is a potential, possible, maybe ally if France doesn't decide to go for them. So we can see that France is indeed on the centralization annexing blitz. I would imagine Burgundy is firmly in their sights. So, you know, that's going to be something to watch for. Why are we losing money now? Oh. Yes, that might be why. We can safely drop that, and we can drop that to about there, really. Yeah, that'll be good. And yes, I know I could drop it all the way, but hey, I like to be cautious. It's just how I'll roll. Okay. So yeah, so that's pretty much the plan. Now, we're just going to be focusing on getting England up and running. And fear not, for all those that look at the political map and be like, oh, that looks ugly. Believe me, I agree with you. But check it out. We're almost ready to switch to this wonderful map view. Why am I keeping in political now? I really don't need to. It's just to keep the differentiation between what's England, what's Scotland, and what's Irish. Once Scotland is taken care of, basically, yeah, I'll just be able to switch over to... In fact, you know what? We'll just give it a try. Because this is a lot nicer on the eyes, and they've really put a lot of detail into the map this time around. You know, I compare, like, the EU4 map to EU2. Man, not even a difference. So maybe we can give this a try and just let it go for now. Rumors talk about several priests who have been preaching a heresy which is clearly against our one true faith. The local populace seem to follow their words, and this may become troublesome in the future. Ignore the heresy or crack down on it. I'd rather not lose 30 diplomatic power. So... I don't like that. Okay. I don't want to lose 30 diplomatic power, but it's not going to take me 10 years to make up 30. So, losing 5 prestige, if it was just a loss of 5 prestige, this wouldn't even be a choice. But the fact that the Highlands, a conquered area, gets heresy for 10 years, which increases the revolt risk, drops its tax modifier, and its local manpower modifier, no. We'll just take the diplomatic hit, and hope that we don't need, to rush that. We kind of do, because we are fairly behind on our diplomatic tech levels, which is a bit of a pain. but it is what it is. So instead, let's just go ahead and build a constable. Keep wanting to say constabulary, but it's not. It's just a constable. Oh, we've got a dead advisor, so let's go ahead and replace him. Military advisor, we've got no money, and at the moment we couldn't afford any of them anyway. So, tough nuts. Yeah, Denmark's sticking at 50, so I think that's pretty much guaranteed. Now, I could go along and be like, hey, Denmark, you see this pill? It's going to be my pill, but not yet. And I mean, this guy's not long for the world at all, so hopefully he dies soon and I can just claim the throne. One of these days I'll figure out how that works. Is that really the size of the Army of Ireland? I thought it was bigger. Well, maybe not. That's fine. We can slap down another constable. We'll put him in Wessex. One of the things that I really like about the buildings, building buildings, which is a redundant sentence and I didn't want to say it, but I wound up saying it anyway, is that it shows you what it's going to do. So it's like, hey, this is making 7.35. If you build one, it'll increase it by $1.40. I like that. Or I guess a ducat 40. Whatever. These are ducats, correct? Where's my money? Oh, just generic treasury. Alright. We can call it anything we want. I'm going to stick with ducats. I'm really tempted to get Frobisher back out there, but one, I don't want to take any ships for my trade fleet, and I don't want to send heavy ships, so kind of stuck. And in fact, while I'm thinking about this, I will take out my useless galley that we captured and just nuke it, because galleys are not useful for the Royal Navy, or for the British Navy. In fact, even the English Navy, which is what it is now, they're useless. Sic oculus, sic ille manus, sic ora feribat. The 1495 graduating class at Oxfordshire University is indeed exceptional. As the graduation festivities die down, whole classes of fresh graduates report for duty across the country. Yeah, we'll get some prestige out of that, and we can invest in an idea which will increase our colonial range by 50%. I'd rather, well, that is good. I'd rather drop some tech points into diplomatic technology to at least get it on par with where I'm at with military tech. And in fact, even getting it up so we can have some caravels going west, although timing might not work out on that. Kind of drug my feet with the whole Scottish issue, and now, yay! So now we'll send one to Denmark, because, hey, they're freaking big. But yes, I want to get to the New World as quick as I possibly can. So anything that'll increase my colonial range is good, but I think tech at this stage is better than just throwing it away on idea points. Alright, excellent. Where else? Our manpower needs to recover. Manpower at least 90. Yeah. I mean, that's just free prestige, isn't it? People are finding lots of ways of getting around paying taxes and fees on moving goods. This is cutting into our income, but stopping it would cost. It's apparently what happens when you combine cost and quite. Cost quite a lot in the short term. We can't afford it. So we'll just have to take a 10-year hit on our tax efficiency and national tax modifier, which is sad. We lost about a ducat and a half. per month. So that's not a good thing. That's slowly coming down. Oh, we've got some tech to invest in. I think it might be that. Yay! So next up would be the embassy. And let's just make sure that by no strange twist of fate... No. It's very far away. Nope. Oh dear. Okay, so we've got Jane as the heir to the throne. Mary the First Lancaster has taken the throne of our glorious realm, which is wonderful. It's about damn time that she took over. And our stability drops because of that. That should be okay. We can afford a boost. 0. And the rise of a pretender. The disputed succession of Mary has caused a pretender to raise an army and march for the capital. God is with Mary. 6 pretenders. That's nothing. My queen, English pretender rebels have risen up in marches. These rebels are loyal followers of Richard York, who styles himself Richard III York and lays claim to the English throne. Should he die, the rebellion dies with him. Well, 6 units led by Richard III, I'm not concerned about that, will boost our funding to 100% and ensure... Did I need to do that? Okay, well, Edgar Clinton, you're fired. You look like crap anyway. What have we got here? Oliver, we will put you in command of the Royal Army. And we'll move you to Oxfordshire while you reorganize your men. Should take about 2 months to get there. Okay, now... Obviously, striking out across that way will cause us to attack over a river. Perhaps going through Derby would mean we're not attacking across a river. But to be honest, 19 to 6, it's not worth it. We'll ford the river. And where is he off to? Glamorgan. We shall follow. Well, that wasn't much of a that was not much of a revolution in the slightest. We can drop our military spending down to half and be happy with ourselves that Richard will not be taking the throne. And I'm curious as to why that didn't stay. Now we're good. Have we got a cheap military leader? We do not. Oh. Well, the rebellion certainly was anticlimactic. I mean, he should be getting pretty finished up there. We're not going to get much above 200. Wonderful. We shall start the process of annexation. Yay! A new cardinal is loyal. To me! All me! What do we got there? 25 votes? Yeah, I mean, we could definitely screw with Denmark a bit here. Von Sangerhausen. Not even... Oh. Well, I don't really want to compete with France, but yeah, we'll go up against Denmark. That should be a good starting point. Half, or double, indeed. What's his face spent? Cape Verde and corner seamounts. So it's pretty obvious that either Castile or Portugal are not just colonizing Africa, but also going after the New World there. So, yeah. We'll really need to get these moving. So the colonial range won't increase again until level 7, and it'll increase by 115 points. So once that happens, then we can freely go ahead and, dear. I hope they're not already in the New World. Well, at least not in North America. That would not be a good thing for jolly old England. Let's see what needs one. Bunch of 6s, so we'll go there. Okay. Yeah, a lot of these are getting discovered, aren't they? Central North Atlantic. Cape Verde approach. Or Cap Verde approach. I have a feeling that should be Cape. Because it is Cape Verde. So, or Verde, or whatever. Green, I think. Cape Green. Which, if you translated that properly, would probably be Green Cape. But, it is what it is. Western Sargasso and the Sargasso. It's interesting that the Western Sargasso is north of the Sargasso. But hey, I ain't no cartographer. Corruption is one of the most common and frequent factors of political and economic life. Never in history was this more prominent than in the times of the feudal regimes. Try to eradicate the problem or ignore them. Oh, there's no question. We're going to eradicate the problem. And we're going to throw more things at boosting things. So, thankfully, with the old Mary the First Lancaster, poor dear had to wait until she was 50 to take the throne, but at least she's got talent, including a whopping 4 in diplomat, which is great. We can see Jane coming up. We'll have 4 in administration, which is, you know, I mean, it's still good, but it's not quite where we want it to be. Or at least where I want it to be. I don't know where you guys want it to be. But feel free to tell me in the comments, because why not? And little English villages slowly getting bigger. Which is one of... I like that feature. There's a lot about this game that I like. Sitting down, playing it, and, like, talking about it, there's a lot about this game that I just love to pieces. Alright. So, yeah. Basically, right now, this is the plan, to just sort of... I guess we can start improving relations with Scotland, couldn't we? We definitely could do to the... Well, we'll go with this Irish state first instead. Yeah, sure, Munster, we've claimed your throne, but that doesn't mean we can't be friends. I hope. I should look. If I'm ever at war with Denmark, I'll be sure to reclaim those islands, too. But, I'm definitely not going to go out of my way. Again, if we switch over to the political map mode. Denmark's looking pretty big. They've even got some of the eastern Baltic regions. And I have a feeling they're going to absorb Sweden sooner or later. It wouldn't surprise me if a Scandinavia popped up in this game. And obviously when I say a Scandinavia, I mean a Scandinavian empire. The region has and always will be in the game, thankfully. And I think with this much revealed, I'm going to send Frobisher, I do believe, is my explorer. Yes, I will send Jeremy Frobisher back west and see if we can't discover a bit more of the New World to make our own. With peace in our country, the musicians, artists, and poets are rejoicing in the capabilities of entertaining their betters. This era of cultural enlightenment is definitely improving the mood of England. Could this be? Could it? Oh, it's not at all what I thought it was. I was hoping, against hope, that it would be one of the rare stability boosting events. We lost a cardinal. A cardinal that we dumped some points into. Okay, well, instead, we'll go for Ash here and piss off the Bavarians. There we go. Okay. We'll let those get their morale up. Oh, good. Production efficiency is going up, and we can build a farm estate. Okay. Set sail, dear sir, for the great unknown. Okay, how's our ships looking? We can probably do a little bit more exploration here. Now, one of the islands that I definitely do want is Bermuda, because it's a useful island to have. So I'm going to do my best to see if I can discover it. And unfortunately, this voyage was a big fat no. But we found the East Bermuda Sea, which is promising because, well, one would assume Bermuda would be close to the East Bermuda Sea. Now again, increasing our colonial range by 50% won't help us that much. One of the last things I should look, a Royal Navy, that won't help us that much either. So, again, I think personally it's best to continue investing in tech. Oh, come on, make it home, make it home, make it home, make it home, make it home. Yes. Alright, that time we only lost one ship, which is good news. We should look at actually getting some temples on the go here as well. That would be helpful. And I think one in Essex would be a good idea. How long is that going to take? 172? It's still quicker to build them. Hell, it's quicker to build them in Kent. Obviously, the best is London, followed by Essex. What do we got? Yeah! Get that. Alright. We can now build embassies. Wonderful. Colonial range increasing. So we'll just have to do that last one. That should get us up to... 275 plus another 50% on top of that. That's starting to get to levels of math that I just cannot do spontaneously in my head. I know, I'm a math idiot. I've got skills in other things. Don't need no confusing math for this guy. Alright, so we're done improving relations with Munster, so we might as well go throw a diplomat at Scotland. Make yourself at home, Benjamin. You might be there for a while. Alright, and let's get another ship on the go, so build yourself a bark. Oh, passing Anti-Piracy Act. Well, thank you. It's a little bit useless, but hey. For 9 years, you'll be firmly in the anti-piracy camp. And done. Excellent. Sail over there. merge, and we'll wait to get you fully up to 100% for morale, because, hey, you're going to be on a long voyage soon. So there's the Eastern Bermuda Sea. We will go directly to the west of it, and hopefully stumble across an island called Bermuda. In order to ensure the glory of our country, we've had to restrict local privileges. The problem with privileges is that people get very attached to them for sentimental reasons. Now, some power-hungry idiot has declared himself the true ruler of our country, and many hopefuls flock to his banner because he has promised to restore local privileges. Off with Edward Howard's head. 3 should be enough without increasing military spending to take care of that. What have we got here? Ah, excellent cannons. Glorious. Yeah. Each voyage we make it just a little bit further. Oh look, a whale. Okay, so now we're at New England, so that must mean Bermuda is down here. And it is. But we only know that it's an island. We don't know what's on it. Jeremy here is deathly afraid of undiscovered lands. He only observes them from afar. Obviously, Newfoundland here was a bit of a fluke. Granted, it's a massive island, so, you know, you kind of see a lot of it. But Bermuda here, yeah, he just sees it sort of sticking there out of the ocean. It's like, I'm not going near it. No, don't want to. Let me go back to Cornwall, and so I shall. I am nothing if not a benevolent ruler. Okay, really? Take me to... We lost all 3 of them? All 3 just gone. Off Hatton Bank. Really? All 3 ships just sunk right here. Well, that's frustrating. Oh well. At least I've got a few starting points. Whoa, not quite in the Caribbean yet, but we will be soon. Once I discover that island for reals. Okay, well that's a bit of a pain, but I know precisely where it is. So really, what I could do... It seems ridiculous to send the Royal Navy out on this mission, but I could just pack up an explorer and start walking around the New World. Well, not really. Oh no, I could. Newfoundland would be connected to the mainland. Well, that's something to think about in a bit. We've lost the claim on Munster. Unsurprising, really. So, yeah. Well, we'll annex him the old-fashioned way like we're doing to Connacht. And we can get another building in. I suppose I should take a look at this. There's really not much for trade power, though. A dock, however, might be a good idea in places where I'm building ships. Because it increases trade power and local ship repair. So, considering it's been my port of call like crazy, although Glamorgan would make more sense, I think, because it's less sailing. So let's start... Put a dock in Glamorgan and then start shifting all of our exploration to come from that point. At least until we get the Irish, then we can start leaving for Munster. Or even Connacht itself here. Either way, yes, that's a thing. Now, I saw a request to go after Iceland. Not really on my to-do list, but hey, you know what? If it happens, it happens. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to get it. So we'll see. we've become the papal controller, with stability and diplomats and yearly prestige and possible advisors and yearly papal influence and leaders without upkeep and all that good stuff from being the most influential leader with the Pope, with his one cardinal and probably a lot of papal influence. Oh, Bavaria. Oh, Bavaria, you're going to be upset. There we go. And in traditional fashion, for me, whenever I become the papal controller, no matter who I am, I have no diplomats. I thought I got an extra diplomat. There we go. I always call for a crusade on the Ottomans and never join. Never. I go out of my way to make sure I don't join the crusade. But I call one anyway because, hey, the Ottomans could probably use the limit, and yeah, it's just how I'm gonna roll. No, I think we're gonna continue with the constables, and I think the next one is going to be right there in Northumberland. Yes, that's that. And I think this is going to be a good place to leave the video, considering it's probably gone on long enough already. So, thumbs up if you have enjoyed this game. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you next time.